The beast was. Look at the Old Testament. This is the Old Testament era. I'm going to read from Matthew 4, 8 and 9. Again the devil taketh him up into an exceedingly high mountain, and showeth him all the kingdoms of the world, and the glory of them, and saith unto him, this is unto Jesus, all these things will I give thee, if thou wilt fall down and worship me. So here you see that, that prior to the cross, Satan had the control of the world's kingdoms. I'm going to read it again from Luke 4 this time, verses 5 and 6. And the devil, taking him, the Lord Jesus, up into a high mountain, showed unto him the kingdoms of the world in a moment of time. And the devil saith unto him, all this power will I give thee, and the glory of them, for that is delivered unto me, and to whomsoever I will I give it. So Satan had this authority. It was given to Satan in the Garden of Eden when Adam fell. But look at this, and is not during the Christian era, the very next phrase. I'm going to read from Luke 10:18. And Jesus said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning falling from heaven. Beginning of the Christian era. John 12:31. Now is the judgment of this world. Now shall the prince of this world be cast out. So you see, in the Christian era, we are now in the kingdom of the Lord Jesus. We in the church haven't done a particularly good job. Nevertheless, this is the kingdom of the Lord Jesus. Revelation 21:3 that people think is actually a millennium at the end of the age. It isn't. You have to recognize that this too, when you look at the chiasmic form, is about the Christian era. This is a parallel chapter to chapter 12. And I'm reading verses 1 through 3. And I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key to the bottomless pit. This angel came down from heaven, so it's the Lord Jesus. It wasn't Satan. And a great chain in his hand, and he laid hold of the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years. Now that word 1,000 there is not a single thousand. It's not kilios, it's kilioi, which is an indefinite plural. So it doesn't have to be just 1,000. It can be any number of thousands. And cast him into the bottomless pit, and shut him up, and set a seal upon him. What? It's a definite thing that he couldn't do. That he should deceive the nations no more till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled. And what you see is in the Western world and in this country, the kings were brought to power and taken out of power, and countries were fought over religion, and they all knew that Jesus was the Christ. There was no argument that Jesus was the Christ until the 1,000 years was fulfilled. But now we see that there's less than 3% of the people in Europe that are still claim the faith, and there's not a whole lot more than that here in the United States today. And will come, the next phrase, and will come, the beast which was and is not and will come, is the end times. I'm reading from Revelation 23. Till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled, and after that he, Satan, must be loosed for a little season. And if you have any question that Satan is loose today, you're not watching what's happening in the world. And Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and to the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time, a little season. Revelation 20:7-9. And when the 1,000 years was expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison. And if you look at what's happened ever since the Second World War, you look at the second jihad rising, you look at the spiritual conditions in our country, you look at the spiritual conditions in Asia, and you look at the spiritual conditions in Europe, there's no question that this is being fulfilled right before our eyes. And shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four corners of the earth. Does that sound like it's happening today? Gog and Magog, which means confusion, by the way, to gather them together to battle. The number of them, which is as the sand of the sea. There's 1.5 billion people in Islam today. And they went up on the breadth of the earth, and compassed the camp of the saints about, and the beloved city, no question where that is, Jerusalem. And fire came down from God out of heaven and devoured them. That's the story of the Scarlet Beast, but it had 10 horns. Revelation 17:11. And the beast that was and is not, even he is the eighth, and is of the seven, and goeth into perdition. And the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings, which have received no kingdom as yet, but receive power as kings. They don't have any crowns, you notice. 1 hour with the beast. So these are going to be some kind of rulers, but they're not going to be great political powers, as we've seen elsewhere. These have one mind, and they shall give their power and strength unto the beast. We now recognize this beast to be Satan and satanic kingdoms. These shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them, for he is Lord of lords and King of kings, and they that are with him are called and chosen and faithful. This is a picture of the whole world and of world economies. You may not realize it, but the world is divided into 10 economic groups. It is now, financially. The map of the regionalization of the world system is proposed by the Club of Rome. This same map appears in many multinational publications. However, Region 1 has now been modified to include, of all things, Mexico. That's what NAFTA is all about. It's a formation of these 10 worldwide kingdoms. Now, there's some that believe, and it may be true, that these 10 kings might be actually talking about the controlling economic people within the Roman Empire, and I can certainly agree with that. It's just that this is a rather interesting sidelight. The beast with 2 horns you've already seen. And he, 2 horns, doth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down out of heaven on the earth in the sight of men. No question about that. If you'd have been in Baghdad during both Gulf Wars, there wouldn't have been any question in your mind. And he, this 2-horned beast, deceived them who dwell on the earth by means of these miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the leopard, bear, lion, beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image or a likeness of this leopard, bear, lion, beast. You had the first jihad. It was stopped at Battle of Tours and the Battle of Vienna. But now we have a likeness with us today of this leopard, bear, lion, beast. That this beast should both speak and cause as many as would not worship the image of the beast, this new jihad, should be killed. And that's exactly what they're doing. And he, this leopard, bear, lion, causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, bond and free, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Well, how come we don't see the mark? If these Muslims all have it, how come we don't see that? We'll get into that in a minute. That no man might buy or sell, save he hath the mark, or the name of the leopard, bear, lion, beast. And what is that name? Islam. Or the number of his name, and what is that number? 666. And there are Islamic sites on the internet right now that will tell you that the Quran is 666, and that 666 is the number of Muhammad. So they claim it themselves. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the leopard, bear, lion, beast. For it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. And who can that man be except the false prophet of Islam? Now here's a picture of that situation. The leopard, bear, lion, beast controlling from 688 to 1967, the Crusades and the British Mandate. And he, the 2-horned beast, is in the presence of the leopard, bear, lion, beast. He did great signs in the presence of the leopard, bear, and lion, beast, those Islamic countries, and made a likeness of the leopard, bear, lion, beast, the Islamic beast. How did we do it? Very simply. We were so greedy for their oil that we sent them all our money so that they can arm themselves to fight against us. And he, the leopard, bear, lion, beast, put his mark on in their hand, and nobody, no Christian, can freely buy or sell without this mark in the Islamic countries. And the leopard, bear, lion, beast number is 666. Direct quote from an Islamic site. I'm quoting it, and I hate it. A matter of fact, I'm not going to read it here. I'm just going to put it up, and so you can see what it says. It's so blasphemous that I don't want to read it. Revelation was written about 500 years before Muhammad was born. And the Muslims themselves tell us their Quran is 666. In Revelation 13, we read of a great evil coming upon the earth, and a he who would have the number 666. Therefore, that he has to be Muhammad.